The morning bell echoed through the corridors of Ridgewood High, and as usual everyone rushed past her. The shy girl, Lena Ward, kept her head down, clutching her worn-out notebook to her chest like it was a shield. She always sat in the last row near the window where the light barely reached. Her long brown hair hid half her face, and her silence made her invisible to most, but a target to a few. The bullies didn't need a reason. They only needed someone weaker to feel powerful. For months, they'd picked on her, mocking her stutter, spilling water on her drawings, snatching her books. No one stopped them. Not even the teachers who pretended not to notice when laughter replaced learning. Lena just endured. Every time they shoved her, she whispered to herself, "Not here, not again." She was not the kind of girl who fought back. At least that's what everyone believed. That Tuesday, something shifted in the air. It was one of those gray mornings when even the sun refused to show up. Lena entered class quietly, and 3 boys from the basketball team, Chase, Ryan, and Max, blocked her way. Chase, the loudest of the 3, smirked. "Look who's late again." The little mouse forgot how to walk. The others laughed. Lena froze. The laughter drew attention. Students turned, waiting for drama. "Say something," Chase mocked. "Oh, wait. You don't talk, do you?" He pushed her lightly at first, then harder, until her back hit the wall beside the blackboard. The class fell silent for a moment. Even the teacher, Mr. Holden, pretended to look through his papers. Nobody wanted to get involved. Lena's heartbeat thundered in her ears. Her hands trembled, but her eyes, just for a split second, flashed something dark. Something dangerous. Chase didn't see it. No one did. He laughed, called her worthless, and left a paper ball on her desk that read, "Go cry somewhere else." Lena sat down quietly, but her jaw tightened. Inside, memories began to surface. The sound of grunts in a dojo, the sharp crack of wooden boards breaking, her father's voice echoing, "Never show them until you must." Her father, the man everyone in her hometown called a ghost soldier, a retired combat instructor who trained special forces before his death. He had taught her everything: discipline, awareness, control. She had promised never to use it. That was years ago, before the nightmares stopped, before she moved schools to escape a past she buried deep. She thought she could start over here. She thought silence would protect her. But bullies mistook silence for weakness. At lunch, Lena sat alone in the courtyard. Her sandwich remained untouched. She watched others laughing, sharing snacks, filming TikToks, pretending life was perfect. Her reflection in the cafeteria window showed someone she didn't recognize anymore. A girl who once could break a board in 2 but now couldn't even raise her voice. She clenched her fist and whispered, "Not yet." The day dragged on until the final bell. As she packed her books, she noticed her sketchpad missing. Panic hit her chest. That sketchpad held everything: drawings, memories, the portrait of her father she drew the night before he passed. She looked around. Then she heard laughter from the gym. Her heart sank. Of the bullies. She hurried there, each step heavier than the last. Inside the gym, she froze. The 3 boys were tossing her sketchpad between them, laughing as pages tore and scattered across the floor. "Hey, quiet girl!" Ryan shouted.
"You draw this garbage!"
He ripped a page, the one with her father's face, and crumpled it. Something in her snapped. The noise faded. The smell of gym sweat, the echo of sneakers, all disappeared. Only her father's words echoed. "If they corner you, don't freeze. Don't strike first, but finish it." She walked closer, her eyes calm but focused. Chase noticed first and grinned. "Oh, the mouse wants her book back." He stepped forward, towering over her. "Say please." Lena looked up. Her eyes, usually soft and dull, were now razor-sharp. "Give it back," she said softly. The boys laughed again. "What did you just speak?" Max jeered. "Say it louder." Lena didn't repeat herself. She stepped closer, her movements slow, deliberate. Chase poked her shoulder. "What are you gonna do, huh?" "Cry." That was it. In one motion, faster than anyone could process, Lena grabbed his wrist, twisted it, and dropped him to his knees. The sound of his gasp filled the gym. Max took a step forward, startled. Ryan froze. Lena didn't flinch. "You think being quiet means being weak," she said, her voice steady, cold. "You have no idea what weakness is." Chase tried to stand, but she released his arm only to step back, letting him see she wasn't bluffing. The boys looked at each other, fear replacing arrogance. "You? How did you?" Chase stammered. Lena didn't answer. She simply picked up her torn sketchpad, gathered the scattered pages, and said, "Next time, don't touch what you don't understand." Then she turned and walked out, leaving them in stunned silence. But rumors travel faster than truth. By the next morning, whispers filled every hallway.
She dropped Chase with one move?
Did you see that look in her eyes? Who even is she? Teachers avoided the topic, but students couldn't stop talking. Lena ignored it all, sitting at her desk like nothing happened. But deep down, she knew it wasn't over. When you expose strength, fear breeds hatred, and hatred looks for revenge. That evening, as she left school, she saw them again near the parking lot. Chase had his arm in a bandage. "You think you embarrassed me?" he hissed. "You think this is over?" Lena stopped walking, staring into the sunset. "You started it," she said quietly. He took a threatening step forward, but she didn't move. "You'll regret this," he warned. She looked back over her shoulder, eyes glowing gold under the fading light. "No," she said. "You will." When she reached home, her grandmother waited with tea. "You used it again," the old woman said, not looking up. Lena sighed. "I didn't want to." "But you did," her grandmother said. "And now they know." Lena nodded. "Yes, and they won't stop." The old woman handed her a folded note. "Then remember what your father said. If the past follows you, face it." Lena looked out the window that night. Her reflection seemed stronger, more certain. Somewhere between her father's teachings and her pain, she had found something dangerous again: control. The next day would test it, because bullies never accept defeat quietly, and Lena Ward was done being quiet.